Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to show you how to clean the needles on this Mr. Coffee Keurig machine that does K-Cups, model number BVMC-KG5. So this is a little bit older Keurig made by Mr. Coffee that does K-Cups. But if this machine is not working, it could be just as simple as the needles need to be cleaned. Or if you're not getting the proper amount of coffee out, of hot water out, then it also could mean that needles need cleaned. Or if it's really starting to splatter all over, that could also be another sign. Check out my other video where I show you how to descale it with distilled white vinegar. But this video is going to deal with the needles. So you're going to need a paper clip. I prefer just a metal one, not the ones that have plastic on them. So the first thing we're going to do is make sure it's off, and then we're going to unplug it. We're going to open up this lid. Be careful, there isn't a sharp needle here. If this is hot, let it cool first. Okay, so I'm going to divide this video into two. We're going to do the lower needle first and then the upper needle. So the lower needle, we can remove it completely. And I'm going to poke up from the bottom. Now you got to be careful. There's a needle right there, but there's nothing sharp in the bottom. It can have some hot water on it, but nothing sharp. So if you just take your finger and poke up, that's the easiest way to get that bottom needle basket out, and here it comes. So now we're going to see, be careful, there's the sharp needle. Take your needle basket. This is an assembly, but it's designed to come apart. So you're going to grab it, and you just got to kind of break it apart. Now I left mine dirty. I want to show you. These things get pretty dirty and need to be cleaned regularly. So take this over to the sink, use your paper clip and use a brush. You'll be surprised how much stuff gets down in there. And clean these things out. These get clogged up, these four little ports. But that's not our needle. That needs cleaned too. Now let's get back to the needle basket. So again, there's our needle. And here's where we're going to do it. We're going to do it from the bottom. So the best way, again, take this over to a sink. As the water is running, run it right through that hole and use this to clean it out. And we can see the needle. See, it won't go all the way through because it's angled at the top, but at least I can see the needle right there as I poke my paper clip through it. Okay? Again, just rinse this all out. Even this area needs cleaned. It's got some coffee residue on it. This is a great time to clean this. Get a brush in there. Okay, so I've got these all cleaned up. You'll see these four little squares. And this side's got these little notches. So we're going to line it up with those squares, and they should snap on. Okay, hear that? Now it shouldn't turn. I mean, it has a little wiggle room, but it shouldn't come off. It should be on there really nice and tight. Now this is ready to be reinstalled. What I tell people is, put it in so you see I can read the word caution sharp needles. That's going to face me. The needle is on that side. It's going to face the machine. It's also a good idea. You might have some coffee grounds down in there. You can just get a container, get that same brush, and just run some water down there to kind of clean that out too. But we're going to reinstall the needle basket. There's those little openings for the tangs. There's one there. And there's a big one right there. Line it up straight and then make sure it snaps in, okay? Practice closing your handle. It should close just fine, no binding. You can break this hinge if you don't install this right and if you try to force this. So this should just close real easy. Now we're going to do the upper needle. Okay, so the upper needle has three openings. We're going to go side to side first. We're going to go this way, then go from the back to the front, and then go from the back to the side. Okay, now we're going to go up into it. Now you got to be careful here. There's a plastic hose that's attached to the other side of this needle, and if we go jamming this up in there, we could poke a hole in that, and then we've ruined our machine. So just work it up there. You might have to do this a couple times. So just go in each hole. There's that hole. There's that hole. Just tighten nice and easy, nice and easy. In all three holes, and kind of move it around a little bit, and you might get some coffee grounds out. That's okay. Okay, now we need to do some fresh water rinses. So we've got everything assembled. We're going to close this, get you a container. Don't put a K-cup in yet. Make sure your water reservoir's got some water in it. We're going to plug it in. We're going to select the 10-ounce setting, and we're going to hit brew now. So the coffee maker may start working, so it takes a little bit for water to come out. So you may have to run a freshwater rinse and then go back and clean the needles, do it again. Do this 2 or 3 times before you start getting a really steady stream out. Okay, so I just want to show you that's what your stream should look like. See how it's nice and steady? Let's also do a temperature check of the water coming out. So you should have somewhere around 180, 183. And then you can get an ounce cup and make sure you're getting the proper amount of ounces. So I got 10 ounces out of that. So I can say that this machine is working pretty good. I've got the needles cleaned. My previous video, I showed you how to descale it with white vinegar. So this machine is ready to go. Thanks everybody for watching. And if you could, please like and subscribe.